So now we're going to see how to put JavaScript into its own file. That's what we're going to do right here. And sorry, this one, it's separate file. And this is very similar to just like how you could link to CSS. You could have CSS in a separate file and just draw it into your document. And we're going to just briefly kind of look at async and defer. So basically, this is the way you want to write your code right there, vast majority of the time. And if you already know this stuff, you could go ahead and just do the exercises, the homework, and that's fine. But I'm laying all the groundwork for everybody because not everybody knows it, so I want to be thorough. And so to do this, we're going to go back over to VS Code, and I'm just going through all of the steps, painstakingly slow sometimes, because it's good, just so everybody sees everything. And we're going to create a new folder, and we'll call this JS Hello World in file, right? And it's going to be Hello World in JS file is kind of what I want to call that actually. So we'll call it Hello World in JS file. There we go. And to do this, I'm going to need in there index.html. And I want all my codes, exclamation point tab. And then I'm also going to need a JS file in there. So I'm going to put in here, and I'm just going to do, I don't know, JS code.js. Sure, why not? And then in here, I could do my alert. And with my alert, I'm going to have, here is my alert. Yes, yes, yes. I'm just making it different. So, and then I'm going to do my console.log. And here's the console log. There we go. And then over here in index.html, I need to put in my script. And so there's my script tag. And then inside script, I could do source. And I want to get my JS code.js, that one. And then I'm going to add in defer, because that's just best practice. And so basically what that says is means defer this. Don't do this until everything else is done, right? And so go ahead and load the entire HTML document. And when that's all done and everything is showing, then load the JavaScript. So defer it, okay? Do it last thing. And so that's all done. And so there's keyboard shortcuts in VS Code here. And how do you get to them? Under preferences, keyboard shortcuts right here. And you can go into keyboard shortcuts, and I just looked this up for save. And so you can see the white dots, right? The white dots mean both these documents need to be saved. So I could go to each of them and do Control S, and that would save it. Or I could do Control plus K, and then I could press S, and that's going to save all of them. So let's give that a try. And now I'm going to close this because I don't need to look at it anymore. So both those white dots means they're not saved, but if I do Control K, which I just did, and then do S, right, it saved it. And when you press Control K, look down here, right where my mouse is, when I press Control K again, Control K, and it says waiting for second key of chord. Interesting. They called a chord. That's kind of interesting. When I press it, it saves everything. And then I accidentally hit S again, so it made that not saved. And then actually I'm teaching you comments in the next one. So that is all in there. And I'm going to stop my server, disposing. That's kind of an interesting word. And then I'm going to go live again and come over here. And here's my alert. Yes, yes, right? And then if I go look at the console, here is the console log, right? So I got that all in there. And if I wanted to, I could put in just that spirit of adventure and exploration. When does this show, right? Because previously my H1, it kind of, the alert popped up, and then when I clicked OK on the alert, that's when the H1 showed. But if we're deferring this, this should all render, right? And then after this is all rendered, it should run the JS, and then the alert should come up. So we should see this behind the alert. So I'm going to save this document, Control S, and I'm going to dispose this. I guess dispose of it is what it's saying. And then I'm going to run this again, go live, and then come over here. And this is already here. Remember last time it wasn't there, right? So that's kind of cool. And just to check to make sure it's all in the console log, there's that. And yeah, man, that's putting it into its own file. That's how you put JS in its own file. And make sure to include that defer word.